Oh.
Exposing the truth in every sip. Hey, beer buddies! If you enjoyed watching us argue over hops and barley, hit that like button like it's the last cold one in the fridge. Don't just drink alone. Subscribe and join our brew crew. Share this video with your beer-loving pals because good things are meant to be shared, like your grandma's secret brew recipe. And drop a comment below. Tell us your favorite brew or just roast our taste buds. Cheers to beers and keep the foam rolling.
Hey,
I like it.
Yo. Welcome to TSOSBR Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
Jammer fan.
Yeah. Isn't that... I didn't know that particular opening was going to pop up, but yeah, okay. That works. Brew Crew. I like that.
It works, yeah. It works.
Jammer fan, I got Cutwater's Pina Colada. Pina Colada made with Cutwater barley, high rum, and coconut cream liqueur. It says right here, a tropical delight, real rum, featuring our award-winning rum, notes of ripe pineapple and smooth coconut. Enjoy over ice with a pineapple wedge or straight from our can.
Well, Jammer, as you know, I had a treasure trove of craft beer that I drank through on my birthday, but check this out. A little Italian volcano, which is basically just lime juice. This is not an alcoholic beverage. This is a lime juice. What I'm doing is I'm turning my Labatt Blue into a Labatt Green, a Labatt with lime. I'm adding some lime juice. I'm going with Labatt Green. So gonna do a little spritz.
Okay.
I just added a little. So it's you put the lime in the coconut, you put the lime in the Canadian, and punch him in the face. Like that's what. Cheers. Labatt Green, baby. First time ever on the internet. Nobody's seen it. Wow, that's milky as fuck.
That's milky white, isn't it? It looks like a glass
nothing
of
like
milk.
A warm glass of milk. They say before bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks like a warm glass of milk. It's got a little lacing going on there.
A little lacing.
Yeah.
I got a little lacing on this. I think the lime is interacting with the beer, kind of fizzing around. So.
Yeah, it looks like it. Let me give it a whiff here. It does smell like a little rum with a little coconut and a little pineapple, a little milky sweetness,
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump into it. Let's jump into it. If you're
mine smells like a Mexican Canadian. It's interesting.
A Mexican.
I mean,
what does it smell like?
I don't know,
beans and maple syrup.
There you go. Yeah. Beans and maple syrup. In this case, it just smells like Canadian sourdough and like lime tequila all mixed together. And maybe add some with a roasted goose dinner. Like gooses are a fucking plague in Canada. They're mean. They'll attack you. You kill those motherfuckers and you eat them.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. Yeah,
I took a sip. Tastes pretty Canadian. I don't get a lot of the Mexican coming through on my end here. The Mexican is not coming through, Jammer. I think I have to add more lime. I'm adding more lime.
Actually, this is pretty good, actually. What the hell? This is actually pretty good.
Now, is a pina colada just coconut and pineapple, or do they add lime to a pina colada? Because don't you put the lime in the coconut and mix it all around?
Well, this right here tastes of rum.
Rum.
And it has that nice pineapple, coconut milk type flavor.
Yeah.
I'm not really picking up the lime. Granted, let's just see what it says out in the real world. Like I said, mine was milky white, as you can tell, right?
Yeah. Well, I just added a bunch more lime juice to mine, and because it's so, we shop at a discount store that has imported items that are like on discount. Like they come over to an expensive store, they don't sell them. So Italian Volcano is just basically a special kind of lime juice from Italy.
Wow.
It was probably normally $10 for a bottle, and we got it for $1.99 kind of thing. but you got to use it in 30 days because it's about to expire. They're just trying to get rid of it. It's on clearance. But it's like it's not from concentrate, real lime juice. So it turned my look at this. It turned this into almost like it looks like a hazy IPA now. I'm rocking it's so this is like half lime juice, half Labatt Blue. So I'm gonna try this out.
Well, this right here, it basically just says that featuring, basically just says ripe notes of ripe pineapple and coconut. So,
Okay.
There you go. You know, and I agree with him. It is notes of pineapple in there, and they have the coconut, and it's pretty smooth actually. Like I said, it's actually pretty easy to drink. It's 13% ABV, so.
It looked like 12 when I read it, so 13. Wow, that's like that's a pretty heavy.
And there's no warming effect.
Okay.
It just finishes kind of like slightly sweet and dry.
Nice.
I mean, you can when you're drinking it, you do taste the alcohol to a degree, but just enough to be able to say, yeah, tastes like rum. Yeah.
Nice.
But otherwise, it's pretty easy to drink. I mean, it's insanely easy to drink. And what I mean by that is, if you were to buy these and not really think about it, and you just you keep drinking it, you know, and you'd have all the little 4-pack in no time, and boom, done, and you'd be done too.
Damn, yeah, that would take you out. So I got a funny question to ask you, Jammer. Have you ever had like a good burrito or taco and a good bottle of hot sauce, and you just sit there and just glug, glug, glug? You know the ones that have you can only get so much out at once, and you just go glug, 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 glug. Have you ever done that to a taco? Just add a bunch of hot sauce?
To a degree, I don't really care much for the
super
I don't
hot.
mind the jalapeno. I don't mind that. I like Scotch bonnet, the flavor of them. The jalapeno flavor I like, the Scotch bonnet flavor I like. The Tabasco flavor I don't care too much for. And usually the hot sauce they give you for a taco, you know, in the little packets or whatever like that, I don't really care much for it. Although it's all right. I mean, it serves its purpose, but I do particularly lean towards nice jalapeno type, fresh jalapeno type flavor.
Yeah,
Scotch bonnet.
Well, the reason I bring it up is that it's hard to tell, but this lime juice has like one of these caps that's kind of like a hot sauce. Like it only lets you kind of dribble it in, so you're not pouring like straight lime juice. So it's funny. I've been sitting here like seasoning my Canadian beer like Mexican food. I'm like glug, 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 glug. So it's kind of funny, man. I will say in hot weather that adding lime juice to this, I guess it's like Bud Light lime or Corona with a lime in it or something, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What was that?
What?
The sound. It just, I don't know. Is that like a sound? You have like a button you can, is that like your soundboard thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. Just wanted to know what I was dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard these sounds before. They've been around since the beginning of the, Spiritual Beer.
Yeah, that's an old school piece of technology you got there, man. That looks like it was made in the 80s.
Hey, I bought this from Cracker Barrel, man.
What? Nice. They would sell that shit at Cracker Barrel. That's like a boomer's dream.
Yeah. Jammer fan.
So I think that Gen Xers like Cracker Barrel because it reminds them of where their parents took them when they were a kid.
You are probably correct in that, and they hate it because it reminds them of the place that their parents took them.
Sure, it just depends on the parenting job that was done, I guess. Like, I had okay parents, so I think I haven't been to Cracker Barrel, I think, since I was probably 10 years old, honestly.
Look, Cracker Barrel, to me, the pancakes, I love how they cook the pancakes. They used to have real maple syrup. Now they have high fructose corn syrup mixed with the maple syrup. It's not as good. But as far as the food goes, it's usually pretty decent food, depending on the manager of the establishment. The roast beef usually will be pretty decent unless it's really fatty and all that stuff. The fish and chicken is usually pretty decent and everything. Overall, it's a decent restaurant. Like I said, depending on the management.
So when I was a kid, I think I just got the chicken fried steak. They have that there, right? Yeah. Chicken fried steak with just mashed potatoes and veggies and like gravy on it. That was my jam as a kid. I would just eat that every time. I think they have a macaroni and cheese there I like too. It's either macaroni and cheese or chicken fried steak.
They have macaroni and cheese there too, and it's a real good macaroni and cheese. Although
it's got the breadcrumbs, so it's like old school like mac. Yeah.
It's good. A lot of their food is good, but it's just depending on the location and who's managing it and whether they care.
Yeah.
Overall, I used to like their breakfast really well, but I don't care for the fact that they changed the maple syrup to a hybrid combination of high fructose corn syrup and maple. I think that's a abomination. I think it's an insult. I think it's disgusting.
So I have one breakfast memory of Cracker Barrel, and I think they have this item, so you have to gauge my accuracy. But when I was a kid, my dad would take me hunting and fishing, but he was always hardcore. He's like, we have to get to the lake. We have to get on the lake at 5. So we have to wake up at fucking 3. And as a kid, you don't like getting woken up at 3. You're like all whiny. You're like, fucking 3 a.m. And I'd try to sleep in the car or whatever. And I remember one time we were going hunting, and, my dad's like, we got to get up early and we drive, it's like almost a couple hours away or whatever. This is in Arizona, which used to in the 90s had some pretty good hunting and fishing there in the 90s. Before, it was kind of spoiled by everybody moving there and kind of destroying nature and all that shit. But that's a liberal story for another day, Jammer. But I remember getting, I think, biscuits and gravy there. I think they have a biscuits and gravy in the morning, don't they?
Biscuits and gravy, yeah. They usually have a pretty good biscuits.
I remember it being fire. I was like, as a kid, I was like, but it was a bad choice because we went out in the Arizona heat and had to like hike around and shit. And I was like, I had biscuits and gravy in my belly. And I remember just like going like, oh, that was a bad choice of I should have got the fruit bowl or something. But yeah,
fruit bowl. That's very liberal.
Yeah. The fruit bowl. You go to Cracker Barrel and order the fruit bowl, somebody's going to like follow you home and murder you. I'll be like, do you guys have a trans?
Or they're going to go, hey.
Yeah. No. Do you have a trans-friendly fruit bowl? I would have loved to ask a waitress that in the 90s. I need like my dad's taking me on a hunting trip to be a man. It's kind of like I like King of the Hill a lot. Julia and I are rewatching King of the Hill on Hulu, and Bobby is always embarrassing Hank Hill because he's like kind of a man's man and
right.
Yeah, and he's like so this latest one we watched, Hank says, Bobby, you need to get some self-defense classes. And so Bobby's like, he goes to like the YMCA, but he takes a women's defense course that's all about just like kicking the balls. You remember that one? Where he just like he kicks every bully's ass in school because he taunts them and they're like, what's up? What's up? What are you gonna do? And he just kicks them in the balls. And then the Hank is proud at first. The principal's like, your boy fought every kid in the school, and Hank's like, well, a boy needs to defend himself. And then he's like, but there's one thing you need to know, Mr. Hill. He kicked them all in the testicles. And he's like, Bobby, that's cheating. Like, got all upset.
I remember that, yeah.
So
I wish they would have continued that series like they did The Simpsons. I would really like them to continue that series because I tell you that was a funny show. And I
got news for you. They're bringing it back in 2025. It's in development right now. There's going to be a brand new season of King of the Hill, but they're going to fast forward it in the future. Bobby's now going to be 21 years old, and Hank's going to be aged. And the actor that voiced Dale Gribble died before they could produce the show, so Dale's going to be missing. And Brittany Murphy, who played Luann, is also passed away. So they're missing a couple characters, but they're going to do. But that makes it more real, right? Like some of these, we're now 30 years, or I mean, I guess like 15, 20 years in the future from the first one. And of course, maybe just in life, sometimes people pass away and people are missing, and it's just like, where are the Hills now? You know, like, so I'm looking forward to it.
I hope that they've
already spent the money. They've already spent the money. Yeah, no, I hope it is. But they've already spent the money, and they're already doing it. So it's going to happen, like, regardless. I guess he's being Mike Judge is being sensitive politically. He wants Hank to like still be a Republican, but not necessarily like Trump. So Hank is sort of like, you know, he's going to have like
I don't care about whether he likes so and so or not.
Sure. But like,
I just want him to stay true to their characters, and
they will. And I think that
not only that, but to be respectful in the sense of the. I mean, can you imagine Hank's father? He's probably dead in this new
Cotton
rendition.
Yeah, Cotton. Yeah.
But could you imagine them explaining his death? You know, I mean.
Yeah, it's going to be a different show. It's
Boomhauer, you know. Could you imagine Boomhauer?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I look at and I think to myself, well, that would be pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, like I hope it is respectful. I'm excited for it because, you know, we're currently trying to watch the whole King of the Hill catalog, and dude, it's like going through Seinfeld or something. It's like 10 seasons. It's like over 200 episods.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about it. Even though it's 200 episodes, it still just wasn't enough, man. I think it should have lasted longer.
Yeah. Like The Simpsons has just gone on. But no, I like that you like King of the Hill, man. I think when it first came out, I liked it, but I didn't appreciate it. Now it just, every time I watch it, Jammer, when they're just drinking their beers out in the alley and like you see Arlen, Texas, it's like they live in the perfect version of America. Like, because Hank is he's liberal sometimes. Hank will have like a heart, like he's like a Republican, you know, but he's also like, I don't know, like you remember when George Bush did compassionate conservatism and it kind of backfired? Yeah. It's sort of like that. Like, I don't know, kind of like you don't have to be like.
Do you remember the episode where Hank was actually buying drugs and not knowing it because it was for his fishing?
Oh, yeah. No, he was putting crack rocks on there. That was like, oh my God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious, man. And he's like, I'm getting up. He's like bragging. So like, he's like, Boomhauer, I've been getting bites all day. Like he's just like pulling the fish out, and they're like swarming around the boat. They can't get enough of that crack.
They're crazy over this.
Yeah.
Hook me up with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I should actually give this a grade, huh? I'm going to tell you, I'd give this an A- and a swallow. Because it's that easy to drink. It's delicious. Has a nice flavor consistency of the pina colada. And not only that, but the alcohol content, you can't even notice it. So it's perfect.
Well, as far as mine go, I love the people of Canada. I love the people of Mexico. And they've come together to create this like hazy, it almost looks like a hazy IPA.
Is that like a Mexican?
Yeah. Like, or yeah, you just have to put the can in bold. It's so it's just the word Mexican, but the CAN just has to be in italics or bold. I think you got it, man. And it's from a can too, so I got it in a can. It works on No, you just bold the can. I didn't think of that. Like, it's like in a movie when they put a number, like Fast and Furious 4 had a 4 for the A. No, You solved the Mexican Canadian crisis.
I think it would be perfect, don't you?
And everybody
Mexico.
likes these hazies, right? But I just
Yeah.
added. I was telling Shag Dog that Italian volcano sounds like an Italian porn star, like the Italian
Yeah.
volcano.
Italian stallion volcano.
I didn't know that they had citrus in Italy. I wouldn't think it would grow there, but it does. Because every place that I've lived in Florida, and well, when I was
Yeah, they
a
do.
very
They
young
do.
kid,
They have lemon and limes and
yeah. So I lived in Florida briefly as a kid.
yeah.
My parents got divorced, and I lived with my grandma in somewhere near Miami for when I was like 5 to 6. And then I lived in Arizona for a while, and those places had citrus, but I've never really lived anywhere else. So it just seems like Italy would be a
Yeah.
weird place, but I guess they have some beachfront
Yeah, I agree
tropical
with you
maybe.
that it kind of seems weird, but I don't know how it works on the globe itself. But
Yeah,
isn't Italy down at the same level as
yeah.
a?
I guess parts of it could be kind of Mediterranean adjacent, right? So it's maybe warm enough climate. I don't know.
Yeah,
And it
I
may
would
be a
think.
different species too. I mean, they can grow really good tomatoes and really good grapes there. So, and that requires a somewhat warmer climate to do that. So,
Let me see. Comparison of Florida.
yeah, Florida versus Italy.
And now they're talking about the size. I didn't say
Yeah,
the
you're like, well,
size.
Florida's obviously bigger, I think, but
Yeah. Well, Italy is. Well, I don't know. It depends on how you. All right. Italy is actually in conjunction with. If I'm looking at it right, it would be. Man, that's weird. It actually looks like it's in. If you go by the globe, right?
yeah,
That it would
even
be in
more
line
south.
with New York, New Jersey.
Oh shit! No, that makes more sense. That's originally why I was thinking, how the hell did they grow citrus
Yeah.
there?
I don't know how they would grow citrus there either because if they're in the same level, the same latitude, or was it
But the jet stream works different, and they may be at a lower elevation, or it's I don't know.
yeah, I don't know how that works, but latitude, longitude, it looks like
Yeah,
here is New Jersey and here is Italy.
Italy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's odd. I would think that no matter what longitude or latitude you're at, it would be the same type of weather all throughout the globe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that makes
That's
sense
odd.
to me. But yeah, apparently because they have limoncello is a Italian drink, right? Have you had limoncello before?
Limoncello, yes.
Isn't it
Very
Italian,
delicious
as far
drink.
as I know?
Yeah,
I,
very delicious drink. Yeah.
oh, it is delicious. I remember a buddy of mine. He had a recipe. You take a shot of whiskey, some limoncello, and some amaretto, and he called it a Dr Pepper shot. It tasted just like Dr Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they say Dr Pepper's got like 47 flavors. I wouldn't think citrus would be part of that, but apparently maybe it is. I mean, you got 47 flavors. There might be some citrus in there.
The weird thing about Dr. Pepper is that Pepsi and Coke are both
They both, yeah. There's
contracted
some states that man, it's cross pollinating between those motherfuckers. But you're in the beverage
contracted
industry,
to blend it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Son of a
to
bitch.
basically bottle it. Yeah.
Are you still in the beverage industry? Are you still slanging the bevs?
Now I'm into drugs.
All right, fentanyl industry. Okay, it seems like it, Jam. Right?
Pharmaceutical.
You see, yeah, Earl, for real? You're in pharmaceutical now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
moved on. Left the beverage and into pharmaceutical.
That sounds like it's like you'd get treated better, have better benefits, better worker rights. It seems something like that to me.
Well,
Maybe not.
to a degree. I mean, you get more time off, and to a degree, and I say they're friendlier and more worker friendly in a sense. But then again, they also are like any other company. They think they could
Yeah.
dictate how you should think and live and everything else.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: what's the smell like? Because you said when they were making some kind of orange juice concentrate or something at one of these places you worked, it was like this horrible, stanky. Maybe it was grapefruit or something. You just said there were some horrible smells that happened at Beverage.
Yeah, when I was at the juice plant, they would have like rotten orange smell to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on what they were doing. Now, when they were doing coffee or roasting coffee, it smelled great. The smell of
Yeah.
coffee, fresh roasted coffee. You can imagine.
Yeah.
If you don't like fresh roasted smell of coffee, well, you would be in misery. But I always thought that was pretty good. But yeah, the stank of like rotten oranges or grapefruit, that was bad. But
And the whole reason I know that was a reference from a video on the old channel, dude. I've probably watched more Spitter Swallow Beer Review hours than anybody on the planet, and I don't think that's proud. It makes me a very sad individual, Jammer, a very sad individual. But
I respect you and I appreciate.
No shit, really. But
I mean, that's just me. Yeah.
But no, man, you guys, I don't know. When I first saw your channel back in 2011, which is a long time ago, I just liked that you guys were really technical on the beer reviews and you engaged your fans. You would talk to people on comments. Back then, before the algorithm fucked you guys over, you guys had you guys had 1 million views, I think, on some kind of Bud Light, Miller Lite video.
Yeah, it was crazy. We got and that's the thing. We would actually we would do shout outs. That was the other thing. You could when you were on YouTube, you could actually look at the people and do shout outs to them. Who subscribed, who did this. Now I don't even think you can do that. I mean, that's the crazy part. I should be able to look and see who subscribed. Okay, Jammer fans subscribed. Let me shout out to them. That kind of thing.
And then there was the half-decade controversy of Shagdog thinking that I was fake, even if I came And back then there wasn't StreamYard. I couldn't come on. I was just a voice on the comments. I didn't have your guys Facebook or anything.
I loved that though. I loved the fact that you tormented Shagdog. I mean, he really thought, oh, yeah, that's you. And when I proved that it wasn't me because you would comment on the videos as we were doing them or after we did them and everything.
Right after, because for a while there wasn't the live videos. You guys were early adopters. So I'm such a nerd. I remember when you guys didn't even have the camera on yourself and it was on the beers. Remember that?
Yeah. The beer was the star.
So that was actually before I started watching. I watched in 2011, and I went back to the catalog, and I think it was late 2009 when you guys started.
Yes,
it was Christmas. It was Christmas of 2009 because you guys did the Sam Adams mix pack. You reviewed it.
Yeah.
Remember the old one with old Fezziwig and
Fezziwig. Yeah, I remember
Chocolate
that.
Bock, Winter Lager, Hershey Highway. The Holiday Porter.
Yeah, the Holiday Porter. Yeah.
There were some good ones. There was a cranberry one. Oh, Cranberry Lambic. Remember that one?
Yeah. And then if you go into what is that one? Golly, what is it? The one that golly, what is that name? I'm trying to think of it. Brewed on golly, what was it? The one what is that British comedy?
Oh, I don't know, man. I suck at British trivia.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hamlet or what, not Hamlet, but Monty Python?
Monty Python's beer, remember that?
Yeah, but they didn't make that, did they?
Monty Python beer.
Beer, yeah, Monty Python beer. Maybe it was somebody else that made that one.
Holy Grail Monty Python. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's made by
Pale
Sam
ale.
Adams, though, is it?
No. That's not made by Sam Adams. It was by
Oh, but you're
Black
just
Sheep
bringing
Brewery.
up like a beer from. Okay, I'm with you.
And he would said brewed on burning witches, and he would go shagged.
Nice. Oh man.
Yeah, Black Sheep Brewery did that, and there was certain ones I thought, well, oh, that's classic. That's freaking classic. And I really loved the fact that he would do these ad libs on this stuff, like Shag Dog would do the Hershey Highway thing. I'm like, oh, I was like, be respectful, and that was the thing. We were thinking, oh, our loved ones and our friends and our family, our parents would see this, and don't say certain things that you don't want them to be offended by.
Yeah.
And he turned around and he would start. I would be the what is it called, the referee or whatever,
Okay.
Trying to tell him, don't do that, and he would do it anyway.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But yeah, he did the Monty Python. That was a good video too, and shit. That and a bunch of different other ones that we did. Did the. You remember the Scottish ales we did? The Scottish ales with the seaweed and all that stuff. That was crazy.
Yeah, man. One of the best beers I've ever had was Stone did a limited edition. So I worked at a liquor store in 2015 for about 6 months, and we only got 3 bombers of this in. Yeah. It was a version of Arrogant Bastard that had been aged for 2 years in an Islay Scotch barrels.
Oh, wow.
And it just tasted like this bubbly Scotch. Dude, it was so fucking peaty and didn't have seaweed, but oh my gosh, man. One of the best beers I've ever had. I feel like Stone Brewing has gone down in quality. Like some of these old school guys.
I believe they have gone down in quality because they're not as good as they used to be.
Yeah. So they make a beer called Fear Movie Lions, and it's shit. It's a double IPA. I don't like it, man. It's cloying. It's like, I don't like it. I'm like, I don't drink Stone Brewing much anymore.
I have Arrogant Bastard in the fridge right now.
Well, the classic version from the early 2000s was good. I don't know what they're doing now, but
I don't know how it's going to be, but I have it. And
honestly, American.
Oh man, lost him. What happened to Jammer Fan, man? What happened? That's not a good view of him. Jammer Fan. Where are you, Jammer Fan? Oh, we completely lost him. It sucks, man. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Add to the stage. He's coming back. Hold on. Well, maybe he's coming back. There he is. You there?
It booted me off, man. I had to get back on. It
you
froze
spoke
up
badly about Eric Stone Brewery. You know?
Oh yeah, Stone, dude. Stone. They probably hacked us because I'm like, oh, it used to be good, but now they suck balls. And somebody was like, remember the fucking
delete him.
Remember the fucking outage, dude? There were states that couldn't call 911. Airlines, it fucking fucked up airlines for like 2 days.
I'm going to tell you right now, I do not feel like that was just a glitch in the system. I feel like that was a
jerk off excuse. I was like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? And it happened a couple days after the Trump shooting too. Maybe they were trying to disrupt the news cycle, right? Because that all of a sudden started popping up. Because like even Starbucks, I guess, couldn't serve customers. Like there was people that were.
Did you look at those 2 videos I sent you?
I think so. I have to go back. I can't. I'm on my phone, so I can't see.
I'm just going to tell you right now. There was one video I sent you that was talking about how Biden was over in Arizona or whatever like that, and then all of a sudden he called off his campaigning tour or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turned around and said, "Oh, I'm not going to. I can see it. I'm not going to run for the 2024 election. I back Kamala Harris, right?" Well, he hasn't been seen since he was supposed to be there in Arizona.
Oh,
And
so he may have been assassinated or was a clone.
No, they're saying that he died.
So it's a weekend at Bernie's.
One is
they're
that
weekend at Bernie's.
Okay, here. Let me just go. Let me just go ahead and inform you right now. They claim that the Secret Service contacted the Arizona. I guess it was Arizona. I think it was police to said there was a medical emergency and to clear the hospital so that Biden, when he gets there or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Then they turned around and said, "Never mind. We're gonna go. We're gonna take this plane to so and so to a medical facility."
Yeah.
But instead, nothing was said about it. I think it's Arizona. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I think it was Arizona. They turned around and started contemplating that, all of a sudden now it's not a medical emergency and they're going to take a plane to so-and-so. Maybe he died. Because then after that, all of a sudden on Twitter or X or whatever you want to freaking call it. I mean, I don't know why X,
Elon Musk,
formerly known as Twitter.
Like everybody still calls it Twitter. Nobody's ever gonna call it X because that sounds like I'm like a fucking edgelord 16-year-old that's braces. I'm like, guess what? I'm on a new platform. It's called X because it's like super cool. And
exactly.
Guess what? Our Dungeons and Dragons group is meeting. I'm gonna hit you guys up on X to like plan it. It sounds like the fucking stupid like braces virgin nerd bullshit.
Yeah.
Calling it out. I'm calling it out. You're like, you didn't need to do the impression of a nerd account. I'm calling it out.
But it was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think
also, Jammer, there's one more hot take I have to do with stupid nerds. I don't like Stranger Things. I don't like that show. It kind of aggravates me. I'm not a big fan of it. Are you?
I watched it, and I think it's supposed to come out with another season or something.
They have another season, and there's 8 years between each fucking season. And I'm just like, quit teasing me and saying we have a new season, and then like, and all the kids are like fucking 40 now, and it's like, they got mortgages and shit. Like, they got beards. Everybody's got like a beard.
Well, first of all, a lot of it is not correct. Even though they get some of it on target, a lot of it's not correct in the time.
The 80s stuff? The 80s? Yeah, the 80s stuff, yeah.
But anyway, what I was going to say is that...
Sorry.
Where was I at?
Sorry, man. I derailed you because I'm...
No.
I drank 2 Labatt greens during this review, so
I would have liked to drink another one of these, but it's.
I got my green on. But speaking of that, man,
hold on 1 second. I'm going to come right back.
All right. Hello, world. Queso Cowboy here. Jammer fan. I like queso. You like queso?
All right. Okay, that's okay. I'm all right. It'll work.
I talked to our fans while you were gone. I said, Jammer fan here, Queso Cowboy, if you see my moniker down there. I like to sling cheese. I'm the fastest cheese slinger in the West. Call me the queso. They call me the Queso Cowboy. That sounds gay, but it's not dick cheese. It's dairy. I promise.
Ah, yes.
Oh, what's that? You had 2?
Anyway.
How did you have 2? I thought you didn't have 2.
I have a 4-pack.
Oh, but you just didn't want to, like, all right, well, how about this, Jammer? I need to go grab another one and take a piss. I can either just leave you on hold and you can entertain the people and come back, or we could do another video. Dealer's choice.
Oh my goodness, it's 40 minutes. I guess I could turn around and just start another video. I mean,
It's up to you. I'm happy to just like have my phone staring at the ceiling and you can just play flute music. You're like, play some jazz.
all right. Well, I'll go ahead and explain what I was going to say, which is.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The whole Biden thing, which is they think that they're claiming that he was supposedly dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
And because the whole Twitter thing came out where he conceded, said, you know what, I'm not going to run for re-election. Let's just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and say, no, I'm not going to run for re-election, and I'm just going to do my term.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my term. All right, so with that being said, he's if you go with the idea that he's dead, right?
Yeah.
This is the conspiracy that's going on right now. If you go with the idea that he's dead and everything, why would he be dead, right? Why would they pretend that he's alive when he's dead? One, they don't want to. They want to pick the opportune time to promote Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do it right then when he dies. You're going to do it later on before the election, so that you might get more of a upvote or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, or sympathy, like Biden sacrificed his life for the country, and like
Right. And not only that, but also just the fact that if Biden died right now, or the rest of the world, what would they do? I don't know. It would be in turmoil when you think about it. I mean, it's bad enough they didn't respect Biden to begin with, and then you turn around, oh, we don't respect Kamala Harris, camel toe, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't know whether to believe the conspiracy theory where they think that he's dead and they're just waiting for the opportune time to announce his death.
Yeah.
But the thing is they're saying that he hasn't been seen since the Arizona thing.
Yeah.
I say Arizona, but I'm not sure if it's Arizona. Somewhere there west of you,
somewhere west of you. Yeah. Have you heard of the Air Force One meme?
No.
So Air Force One refers to Trump. They're saying he didn't get shot in the ear, that either he cut himself and he faked it, or it was a piece of glass from the podium, and that he never even got shot at or never even got shot in the ear. It's called the Air Force One because, it's a play on Air Force One, Air Force One.
Well, I will say this much, Jammer fan. I will say this much. I said,
Oh, dude, we need to stop. The fucking Trump administration almost took this video down. They gave us a warning. Damn it. That was a shot across the bow. That was like, we better stop talking about conspiracies because YouTube, there's some liberal somewhere that's pushing a button like, I want to cancel. They're trying to cancel us in real time.
This is what I said, right? If it was me and I was, shoot at me, shoot it. Well, first of all, I'm not going to have somebody just shoot at me and shoot my ear.
That's impossible, almost. That, you can fuck up
I know.
really.
That's what I'm saying. It's like hit the apple on top of my head type thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I want you to shoot, but I don't care where you hit outside of me. Just shoot away from me, and I'll claim that you shot my ear or shot me, and I'll break this packet of blood on my ear and side of my face. Granted, is it probable? Yes. Is it possible? Yes.
But I think it's
likely.
No.
Yeah.
Just like aliens landing is fucking possible and even probable with all the government videos of like that Pez dispenser thing. Have you seen that? It's like it looks like a little like log and it's flying around like defying the laws of physics. I don't know, man, but whatever aliens are here, I would hope they would just want to drink. I'm here. I think they're here for the beer, dude.
I hope so.
But
Hopefully we got
this is
good enough beer for them.
yeah, this is a good place to end it though, Jammer. So we should end it because 45 minutes is a good time.
All right. Are we going to do another one?
Yeah, I'm coming back, man. I just need to take a piss, grab a beer, but it's a good time to re-up.
All
We're
right.
we're experiencing a little lag. We're probably trying the billionaires trying to cancel us, man.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and end this one and start a new one, and then that would be the end. All right. All right. Let's do that.
All right. Well, he's Jammer. I'm pointing the wrong way.
And
He's
Jammer
Shag Dog.
Hold on.
Woo.
There you go. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest of the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.